Starts Wednesday at 7. Watch Nets on Yes.
You know what's so awesome about the internet? It gets more and more entertaining every day. And once you've got Verizon Fios, that's when you get it. America's fastest, most reliable internet takes your entertainment to ridiculous levels.
This is so fast, it's just like watching it on TV.
The first time I used Fios, I turned on the TV. I just couldn't believe how crystal clear everything was.
I was streaming videos, movies, music. Once I realized how fast it was, that's when I got it.
Technology that makes life more entertaining. That's powerful.
Welcome to center stage. Today's guest is a headlining actor, comedian, singer, superstar chef, the legendary.
I don't know what to say, I'm speechless.
The incomparable.
Listen, I have to tell you this story.
America's greatest.
I wish I was that cool.
You are a rock star.
I needed to know that. Are you kidding me? I have goosebumps.
GMC presents Center Stage with Michael Kay.
That is the best show.
Only on Yes.
Come see the wonders of the Hole in the Wall Gang Camp, where thousands of sick kids experience the magic of a different kind of healing. Join me, Jimmy Fallon, and show your support by sharing our song. Go to holeinthewallgang.org to learn more.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Yes.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to One World Sports coverage of the MPB 2013. The American home of Japanese baseball, and of course your Yomiuri Giants. Tonight, the second game of a two-game series against the Pacific League Rakuten Golden Eagles here at the Tokyo Dome on a wonderful Sunday afternoon. Looks like a near capacity or capacity crowd once again. That would mean over 45,000. We look into the Giants dugout. Last night, the Giants used the long ball. Home runs by John Bowker, his 7th, and by the way, the first since coming off the injured list. And of course, Shinosuke Abe, Mr. Clutch, keeps rolling along. His 16th, a solo shot to defeat the Eagles 5-3 behind the pitching of Tomoyuki Sugano, and a steady bullpen with Kentaro Nishimura picking up his league-leading 14th save. The Giants hit the field now in front of the Pom-Pom girls. The Eagles were competitive the entire game, but didn't make the pitches they needed to in crucial situations. Satoshi Nagai was pulled after just 4 innings of play, giving up 3 earned runs, while the bullpen faltered, giving up the other 2 runs. As closer Koji Aoyama continued to struggle, giving up a run and 2 hits and walking 2 hitters in just 2/3 of an inning. Motohiro Shima had 3 hits in a losing cause, and Ryo Hijirasawa had a 3 RBI double as we get ready for the ceremonial first pitch. The youngster, kind of a mismatch there, isn't it? Feel sorry for the kid. That's Kazu Matsui, by the way. See how he fares. A swing and a miss, not bad. So the youngster gets the ex-Major League Baseball player in the States, and now here in Japan, a swinging strike to begin the festivities here. Going to Jose Lopez, and here comes a young lady to the mound. Where is she going? Well, I guess they needed the fielders, right? Just in case. There is a Jabbit there. And by the way, those of you that don't know what the Jabbit is, it is the Yomiuri Giants mascot. A giant rabbit, thus the label Jabbit. And they are everywhere. There's the pitcher for the Giants tonight, Tetsuya Usami. Been one of the more, Utsumi, check that, and he has got a record of 4-2 with the ERA of 2.60. We've seen him several times. Features a good cut fastball, good changeup, curve that goes in on the right-handed hitters and away from lefties. What he's done the last 5 outings. He set a record of 4-2. The left-hander in the Giants rotation, so he will get the start tonight. Going for the 2nd consecutive sweep. Remember, they swept the Nippon Ham Fighters, and then they won that dramatic game last night, 5-3. Now, Giants are going to have a tough time tonight because they will be facing the ace and #1 pitcher of the Pacific League, Masahiro Tanaka, who has a perfect 7-0 record and a sparkling 1.89 ERA. So Giants are going to have to double up on their concentration tonight if they expect to get to the ace of this Eagles team, who will be sending will be sending Kazu Matsui to bat first here in the top half of the first inning. Giants still leading the Central League by half game over the surging Hanshin Tigers, and every time you look up on the scoreboard, it seems like Hanshin is also one, putting that extra pressure on the Giants as he delivers a foul ball strike to Kazu Matsui, who had 1 hit and 5 trips last night, 1 for 5. As we said yesterday, having problems getting started back in Japan. Slices a ball out to right field. If it stays fair, it's trouble, just foul. Slicing off to the right, Kamei chases it down. Sumi, pretty good ERA himself, only 2.6. Little hesitation at the belt, delivers ball. 11th appearance for Itsumi. Faced 271 batters, 65 2/3 innings. He has 48 strikeouts, 24 runs, 19 earned runs. Brings him that ERA of 2.6. Full slate of action for both leagues today. It'll be an off day tomorrow. And in fact, the Giants go on the road. We'll talk more about that a little bit later. In fact, they will not be back here at the Tokyo Dome until June 21st. A 3-game set against the Chunichi Dragons. So back in intra-league play. And the 3-2 swung on and pounded foul. Matsui, they were expecting such big things of him when he went over to the States after a sparkling career with the Lions here in Japan, over to the New York Mets, and the injury bug hit him, and it's just very, very difficult for him to recover. It seemed like every other year something happened. Had a couple bounce back seasons, but here he is back, and he pops that ball up. Lopez calling for it. He'll give way to Teriuchi for out #1. So that'll bring up Kazuyu Fujita, the second baseman. Fujita last night 0 for 3 and a walk. He scored a run. Other games going on. The Swallows are at the Jingo against the Ham Fighters. Yokohama entertaining Oryx. Chunitsu at the Nagoya Dome hosting SoftBank Hawks. Hanshin hosting the Lotte Marines, who were in first place in the Pacific League. There is a strike. 1-1. And finally, Hiroshima Carp at Mazda Stadium against Cebu. We'll keep you on track with all the scores as we progress through the day. Grounder to the opposite side. Sakamoto backhand in the hole. One bouncer. Got him. Oh, what a play by Sakamoto. Nice pick by Jose Lopez, too. It helps when you have artificial turf. Watch it again. Going the other way. Quickly out of the batter's box. Sakamoto knows he has to hurry. Guns it over there by a half step. Getting Fujita, who runs well. Very close play at first base. So 2 away. Score that 6-3. That'll bring up Ryu Ijirasawa, who had that 3-run double last night. Just a little dinker in between shortstop Sakamoto and Bowker. Bowker went after it the wrong way. It bounced past him, allowing the 3rd run to score, and that tied the game up. There's that big curve we were talking about from Matsumi. Doesn't feature it too often, but an effective pitch for him in the sense that it Keeps batters off balance, and then he follows up with another one, 1-2. Golden Eagles, second place in the Pacific League. Skips that one up there. They have a record of 30-24. The SoftBank Hawks surging as of late. They're 30-25, a half game behind. So Lotte leading the league 3 games over these Eagles. Bouncing ball. Gonna have a hard time getting him safe. I think Atsumi got over there in time, but I don't even know if he touched first base. Hijirasawa, who runs very well, out of the box very quickly. You can see that high bouncer having to wait till it came down. Teriyuchi got rid of it as quickly as he could, but foot race, Atsumi was always going to lose that. So an infield single for Hijirasawa, and that'll bring up Andrew Jones here. Jones last night 0 for 4, a couple of strikeouts and a couple of ground outs. He got off to an extremely slow start and has been coming around as of late. He's got 11 home runs. His problem, of course, is the off-speed pitch, and he's been receiving a steady diet of those from pitchers around both leagues. But he can still rip a fastball, that's for sure. You don't want to make a mistake middle against him with any sort of a heater. 135 kilometers an hour there, strike one. Jones, as we said yesterday, a 10-time All-Star in Major League Baseball. Mainstay of the Atlanta Braves for so long. Just off the outside corner. In fact, from 1996 to about 2005, you have to really search up and down lineups of every league to find a center fielder as good as Andrew Jones, both offensively and defensively, high and away. Maybe Junior Griffey. But he was right up there in that class. There's that breaking ball nesting in there for strike two. If you saw the graphic, 434 lifetime home runs. And that's what Mr. Jones is being seen a lot of here in his first year in the NPB, 36 years of age. A first baseman now. Not a very good looking pickoff move by Utsumi. Just trying to keep Hijirasawa close. Two. Fastball popped up. It's going to be out of play. Jones just behind that. And that's what most Americans say when they come over here to this league. The adjustment they have to make is how pitchers do such a good job of keeping hitters off balance. They don't throw as hard, but they have, seems like they've got a lot more pitches in their repertoire. Seems like every pitcher has at least 4 pitches that they can throw consistently for strikes. Another throw over to first. Case in point, Yu Darvish, who by the way was roughed up in his last start for Texas Rangers, but he's a 5-pitch pitcher in some respects. Popped up again. Overcomes Lopez. Falls behind the first base dugout. So the count will hold at 2-2. Our normal features today will be how the Major League Baseball players from Japan fared in the games played today. A lot of afternoon action in the U.S. Let you know, I'm seeing if Ichiro Suzuki kept his tidy little 8-game hitting streak alive. Mr. Tozawa pitched for the Boston Red Sox today. We'll see how he did there. A couple of marathon games that went on. The New York Mets and the Miami Marlins played a 20-inning affair. Remember, here in Japan, it's only 12 innings. That's as far as it can go. Toronto Blue Jays and Baltimore played an 18-inning affair today. So swung on a miss. Jones goes down. That'll do it in the top half of the first inning. Atsumi gets it done after half inning. 0-0.
This special presentation of Tanaka versus the Yomiuri Giants is presented by ANA, Japan's leading 5-star airline with 2 daily flights from JFK to Tokyo.
At ANA, we're building a global network in the sky, designed to provide efficient access to Japan and beyond. We believe you can engineer harmony, and it's all by design.
This is Paul's new Honda Civic, the same car that will take him and a very pretty girl on the best first date ever, with the Pandora that will set the mood on their 1-year anniversary, and the Bluetooth that will remind him she's a keeper and don't mess this up, and the glove compartment that will hold everything he needs, including one very small box. Start something special now with the Civic from KBB.com's most trusted car brand. Visit your local Honda dealer today.
People join Angie's List for all kinds of reasons.
I go to Angie's List to gauge whether or not the projects will be done in a timely fashion and within budget.
Angie's List members can tell you which provider is the best in town.
You'll find reviews on everything from home repair to healthcare.
Now that we're expecting, I like the fact I can go onto Angie's List and look for pediatricians.
The service providers that I've found on Angie's List actually have blown me away.
Find out why more than 2 million members count on Angie's List. Angie's List. Reviews you can trust.
As New Yorkers, we know how to take care of our own. It's rescuing milk from a grocer in Brooklyn Heights.
For my baby in Jackson Heights.
It's rescuing vegetables at Union Square.
For our dinner near Tompkins Square.
It's rescuing bread at the Convention Center.
For my dinner at the Senior Center.
Let's feed our people. Help City Harvest rescue excess food for hungry New Yorkers. Donate now at cityharvest.org.
It's Brooklyn's breakout new year.
The Nets starting to turn the corner.
New identity.
Defensive battle. D9!
New attitude.
We come out every night believing we can win. Oh, it goes!
New resolve.
Finish!
And you can watch it all here on Yes.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom half of the first inning. Yomiuri Giants going against the Rakuten Golden Eagles. Game 2 of a 2-game set. The Giants won their game last night. It's our first chance this year to see Tanaka. Everybody's been talking about him. Leading the Pacific League in wins. He's 7-0. That fine ERA of 1.89. So we'll see if he comes as advertised. So he'll be taking on Soichiro Terioka, second baseman, to start off the top half, bottom half of the first inning. Made a mistake on that 18-inning game. Toronto actually played the Texas Rangers and defeated them, not the Baltimore Orioles. My apologies. Fastball lined out to left field, coming over quickly and sliding and making the catch is Toshiya Nakashima. I don't really know if he needed to hit the ground for that, but it looked good. So 1 away. That'll bring up Yoshiyuki Kamei. Teriyuki hit that ball right on the nose. Kamei yesterday, an RBI single. Went 1 for 4. Tanaka trying to come in with the first pitch fastball, and Teriyuki there to meet it. That looked like that slider right there. There's a strike, the same pitch, same general area. Tanaka does a good job usually of getting ahead of hitters. Nicely located there. Don't know if that was a split finger. Let's look at it again. No four-seamer. Great control on that pitch. Just off the outside corner, got Kamei to swing. Line shot the other way. It's a base hit. So the first two hitters go the other way on Tanaka, and the Giants have the first base runner. That'll bring up Hayato Sakamoto, the shortstop. So very recently was the leading hitter on the Giants. Slumping a little bit. He was 0 for 4 again yesterday. So scuffling just a bit. He normally gets a lot of good pitches because he hits in front of Shinosuke Abe. They don't want to fool around and walk him and put him on base with Mr. Abe on deck, the RBI machine. Fastball just off the outside corner, 146. Don't see many empty seats here on this Sunday afternoon. Grounded through the hole, base hit. So the first three Giant hitters have really stroked the ball here in the bottom half of first. Kamei stops at second. That'll bring up Abe. How clutch has he been lately? Homered in the last couple of games. His 3-run shot the other night provided the margin of victory against the Nippon Ham Fighters, and homered last night to provide an insurance run for the Giants when they were up only 4-3. In fact, that broke the tie. That gave them the lead 4-3. Been a long time since the Giants have broken out on top in a game. They stayed there. Look out. Inside ball one, 147. Sort of buzzes Abe back away from the plate. Now, as the tradition, he will go probably something away. And that's where the catcher is lining up. There's a strike on the outside corner, so that'll run the count to 1-1. So the inside fastball, the purpose pitch to set up that pitch right there. Ooh, boy. Looked a little bit outside, didn't it? Off the outside corner. No, he did not go around, says the third base umpire. We'll have some information also for you on the 2013 MPB All-Star games, that is. The 19th, 20th, and 22nd of July, and how the voting is coming along so far. You might be interested to know some of the Giants, of course, are on that list, but what might surprise you is who is on that list. We'll be talking more about that later. Off the outside corner again, ball 3. Jose Lopez on deck. Tanaka seemingly not wanting to give in to Abe and give him something anywhere near the middle of the plate. He watches video just like everybody else. The 3-1 on the outside corner, 3-2. Breaking ball. Now let's see if Tanaka comes back with the same pitch. Man, that looks off the plate, doesn't it? So Tanaka trying to keep The pitch is away from Abe, except for that first pitch to drive him off the plate. Abe will be looking for a pitch that leaks in. Goes the other way and fouls it very nearly. An RBI extra base hit for Shinosuke. Just no real clear way to get him out. Sometimes he'll fish at pitches low and away, but not very often. He has very good command of the strike zone and very, very tough to fool, and he doesn't mind taking a walk. The 3-2 pitch. Down low, ball 4. So Tanaka loads the bases for Jose Lopez. Well, that's the effect that he has on a lineup. The only guy I can think of that is comparable, who our fans might know in the States, would be David Ortiz of the Boston Red Sox. That same sort of presence. You just don't want to give in to him, because you know if you put anything around the middle of the plate between the knees and the belt especially, he can lose it. So bases full of Giants here in the bottom half of the first inning. Jose Lopez. In on his fist, a fastball. Strike 1. Jack that up to 149 clicks. So right around 92.5. What Jose does with the bases cranked. The 0-1, just off the outside corner. So working Lopez the same way he worked Abe, in at him, and then back outside. Let's see if he comes with the breaking ball this time. Lopez will try to be hitting the ball in the air somewhere in the outfield. Kane at third base, who runs well. Grounded foul. So Tanaka ahead. John Bowker on deck. Bowker hit a home run yesterday, a 2-run shot, his 7th and first since coming off the injured list. Look at the infield. They're not playing in, they're playing normal double play depth. Look where the second baseman is. The shift, slight shift, as the second baseman standing almost behind the base in shallow center field. Outside again, 2-2. Trying to get Lopez to go fishing. Well, opportunities coming early for the Giants for a change. Lifted foul. Count will remain at 2-2. 148 clicks. So Tanaka keeping the heat on. Tanaka slowing way down since there's been runners on base. It's almost like he's not used to it, and with the 1.89 ERA, he's probably right. Grounded, steps on third, long throw to first, he gets out of it. Lopez hits into the double. That will be it after an inning. No score here at the Tokyo Dome.
This Ram Truck Month, we recognize it takes a modern marvel to make one. Trucks with the best towing, 3.5 tons more than the competition. The best torque. The best payload. The best fuel economy. And back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year awards. Get a great deal during Ram Truck Month.
Get a low-mileage lease on Ram 1500 Express Crew Cab for $179 a month for well-qualified current lessees of competitive vehicles.
Wow, this hotel is amazing.
Oh, no.
Who are you? Who are you? Wrong answer.
Wait, Daddy, this is Blair. He booked this room with Priceline Express deals and saved a ton.
Oh, yeah, I didn't have to bid, and I got everything I wanted. Oh, good. I always do. Oh, good.
He seemed nice. Express deals, Priceline savings without the bidding.
He loved skiing. He loved skateboarding. So young Tom Sims combined them both, creating a whole new way down the mountain. Uncompromising creativity, it's the way we made the Mazda CX-5. Skyactiv technology combines nimble handling with better highway mileage than any other SUV, including hybrids. This is the Mazda CX-5. What do you drive?
Well, nice job by Masahiro Tanaka to get out of the jam in the first, inducing Jose Lopez to hit into that bouncer to third, touching third, and was McGeehee, and on to first to Jones. So gets out of it relatively unscathed, except for the high pitch count. So, Utsumi, by the way, this is his 11th start, 65 2/3 innings, given up 55 hits, 48 strikeouts for the lefty. Did pick up a strikeout in the first inning of Andrew Jones, so now he's got 49. Pitch looked like it fooled McGeehee a little bit. There's the numbers on Casey McGeehee, third in the league in home runs. He's up in the top 10 in batting average too. He's a good player over here. Short, economical swing, doesn't try to do too much. Powerful upper body, but good plate discipline. Doesn't go too far out of the zone. Doesn't mind taking walks. All these things important, especially when you play in Japan. You face so many pitchers with such good off-speed stuff. You have to make adjustments. Can't just lay on fastballs. You may never get them. Line drive left field. There is Bowker to put it away. So hit right on the screws, but right at the outfielder. So one away. First ball hit out of the infield, except of course for the single by Hijirasawa. That'll bring up Nakashima, who gets a start tonight in left field. Nakashima 52 at bats. He has a 308 batting average. First pitch hit hard to left field. Bowker going back to the wall. Out of here. Nakashima home run. 1-0 Eagles. Sitting on that pitch. First home run of the year. Gets some smiles from the dugout. So Eagles striking first, and a familiar place for the Giants, trailing early in the game. No doubter. Watch it again. Well, it looked like a split-fingered fastball that didn't sink. Middle. About waist high, and Nagashima didn't waste any time with it. There's a breaking ball from Utsumi. Left center field. Ball struck very well. Shima, not only a fine catcher, but a good offensive player as well. Again, we said yesterday the Eagles have 3 hitters in the top 20. Shima is one of them. I think he's number 12, actually. Just sticks the bat out there, spoils the pitch. 1-2. Shimachi on deck. Well, there's that home run again, and the Giants will be ruining the fact that they didn't score in the first, and he knocked down by Utsumi and got him at first. So 1-3, 2 outs. Nice reactions. Watch it again. That's the home run. Let's say about 12 rows deep. Another angle. Inner part of the plate. Shimachi watching ball 1. 0 for 3 yesterday and a walk for Hiroaki. Here's that breaking ball again. Sumi disguises that very well. .118 clicks on that one. We have seen him get up to 145 on his fastball, so laying out the breaking ball the first time or two through the lineup, and then he'll be going with the harder stuff later. There's a swing and a miss. 138. So that on the heels of 2 straight breaking balls. That's what we're talking about, keeping the hitters off balance, changing speeds all the time. Another breaking ball just off the inside corner. With Sumi wanted that one. Slice the other way. You saw in the first inning, the first 3 or 4 hitters on the Giants going the other way. Mr. Hara has stacked the lineup with lefties to face Tanaka. Bowker will be leading off in the bottom of the second. He's also a lefty. Strike 3. Good inning except for the home run. And that's where it stands after inning and a half. The Eagles 1, Giants nothing.
Joe Johnson has become the league's most lethal clutch shooter.
Joe Johnson one more time!
He's not human! Wednesday, this 7-time All-Star is ready to lead Brooklyn to victory as they take on Charlotte at the Barclays. Bobcats versus Nets. Coverage starts Wednesday at 7. Watch Nets on Yes.
At ANA, we're building a global network in the sky, designed to provide efficient access to Japan and beyond. We believe you can engineer harmony, and it's all by design.
This month, exercise your freedom of choice at your Buick dealer. Elect to join the thousands of Americans every month who are switching to Buick's innovative technology, design, and luxury. And with 2 years of scheduled maintenance on any 2014 Buick model, February is a great time to experience Buick. Now through February 28th, current non-GM owners use your President's Day bonus cash to lease this 2014 Verano for around $199 per month.
Please walk the line, Stanley, in an orderly fashion.
I need a deposit slip.
Deposit slips are located at the entrance of the bank.
It's time to bank human again.
That's why at TD Bank, we're open longer than any other bank, and you'll never see a rope line. TD Bank, America's most convenient bank.
ACC basketball shines on Yes as the Clemson Tigers host the Notre Dame Fighting Irish tomorrow at 7 right here on Yes. Welcome back to Tanaka versus the Yomiuri Giants, presented by ANA.
So that gentleman right there puts the Eagles ahead 1-0. Nakashima. Toshiya Nakashima with the home run, his first of the year. That'll make Tanaka feel good because he'll have to be feeling very fortunate to get out of that first inning, not allowing any runs himself. He'll be facing Bowker, Chono, and Murata here in the bottom half of the second inning. We want to talk to you a little bit about the All-Star balloting here in Japan. He said 3-game set that will be in July 19th, 20th, and 22nd in 3 different stadiums. The best of the Pacific League against the best of the Central League, and unlike in the States where it's more like just an exhibition game, the players here take it very serious. Bowker, takes a strike. Right in on the hands. Fastball. Now let's see if Tanaka goes the other way. Breaking ball down and away, I would think. No, coming in again. Popped it up. Shortstop calling for it. Matsui will squeeze it for out number 1. Now, these are called intermediate ballots, and the results are updated every day except on weekends. And so the last update we have is on June 7th. Just going from what we see here, and in fact the fans get to vote on the pitchers too. And in the Central League, Fujinami Shintaro with the most votes. He's got over 32,000 votes from the Hanshin Tigers. Kenta Maeda, he's a familiar name on the All-Star ballot. There's a ball outside delivered to Chono. Chono moved up a little bit in the lineup on the count of he got 2 hits last night. So hopefully they got him turned around and going in the right direction. Murata bats 8 tonight. Then Atushi Nomi of Hanshin. And actually, Tomoyuki Sugano is number 3. We saw him last night, so the number 3 vote getter is the Yomiuri Giants. There's a swing and a miss. Breaking ball. Sugano with 13,456 votes. Then it drops off to Nomi Itsumi, number 5 vote getter. So one pitcher you saw last night, the other you're seeing tonight from the Giants, both in the top 5 vote getters for the starting pitchers for the 2013 MPB All-Star Game. Middle relievers, the Giants don't have anybody, but of course closers, well, Nishimura, Kentaro Nishimura, the number 2 vote getter, down low. Full count on Chono. He's got 14 saves. The leading vote getter was Hitoki Iwase from the Dragons. Fastball. Chono just a bit late on that. Count holds. Well, catchers, no surprise there. Shinosuke Abe leading all votes by a wide margin. He's got over 48,500 votes, and Motonobu of Chunichi a distant second with 30,000. First baseman, our Jose Lopez, is 3rd in the balloting. Chono draws the walk. So a 1-out walk here in the bottom half of the second inning. That'll bring up Shuichi Murata, who's been scuffling, as we said. You've seen his batting average take a dive. Just seems a little bit out of sync, swinging at pitches out of the zone, especially the high fastballs. We saw that a couple of times last night. He was 0 for 4. Chance to redeem himself and get things going for the Giants right here, right now. Tony Blanco leading the way in vote getting for the Yokohama slugger. He's got over 56,000 votes. Throw over to first. Takahiro Arai of Hanshin, the second biggest vote getter, and then Jose, who is way behind the other two with only 15,000 votes, and Blanco's, we said, 56,000 votes. So Lopez a long way to go, and I don't think that's going to happen. Blanco leading the MPB in home runs and RBI. Like a slider there. Second baseman, and here's the surprise we were talking about. Actually, Takayuki Teriyuchi, the 5th leading vote getter, despite the fact that he's only really a part-time starter. Tsuyoshi Nishioka, of course, from Hanshin, leading the votes for second baseman. Bouncer, spared by Tanaka, throwing to first. He looked to second at first, but felt there was no way he was going to get Chono, so Chono slides in there. Murata taps back to the mound, and that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Utsumi. Third baseman, Hector Luna. Leading vote getter, shortstops. No surprise here, Takashi Toratani from Hanshin. Outfielders, Vladimir Valentien from Yokohama. Matt Merton from Hanshin, and Hisayoshi Chono, another surprise, even though he's not hitting that well this year, only around 240. Anyway, he's the 3rd leading vote getter. There's a strike. Now, of course, these are just partial numbers. They will change in the days and weeks to follow, and we'll talk more about the Pacific League later on. But the big dates coming up for the MPB in their All-Star game, July 19th, 20th, and 22nd. Sets up outside, bouncer right back up the middle. Does it get through? Nice play. Long throw over to first. Got him. Wonderful play by the second baseman, Fujita, and that'll do it for the Giants. They failed to score again. They trail 1-0.
Let me tell you some of the reasons people get into trouble with credit cards. A job loss or salary cut, an unexpected expense, a divorce, a business loss, or even helping a family member or friend in need. At Consolidated Credit, we understand that debt problems are not about overspending. It's about emergencies and unexpected situations. Consolidated Credit has helped over 5 million people, just like you. The options for getting out of debt have never been better. We can reduce your interest rates, cut your monthly payments, and help you get out of debt fast. The time to call Consolidated Credit is now. There are a lot of ways to get into trouble with debt. There's only one trusted way to get out: Consolidated Credit. When debt is the problem, we are the solution.
Call Consolidated Credit now.
Call toll-free 1-800-230-3799. That's 1-800-230-3799. Call now.
Well, Tanaka rebounds and has a pretty good second inning. Watch this pitch here. Right back of the middle, and a wonderful play by Fujita, ranging far to his right. I assume he doesn't run that well, but still. Coming all the way to the shortstop side and having to turn and pivot. Still gets something on the throw, enough anyway to get Utsumi, who bats from the left side, so he's got a step head start going down the line anyway. Got him by a step. So flashing the leather here early. Sakamoto, a nice play, and Fujita returning the favor here in the second inning. So the question was asked, do they have running coaches in the MPB? Perhaps sprint coaches, somebody to help them with their fast switch reservoirs? And the answer to that is, I don't know. I know they do have physical trainers, but whether they have somebody that specifically works on speed, that would probably come in the domain of your personal trainers, but not a bad idea. (2-0), Utsumi falling behind his opposite, Tanaka. if you're the Giants, you have to start taking advantage of your opportunities. Tanaka, one tough customer, and he figures to get tougher as the game goes along. Pounded the other way, foul, 2-2. As we said, Yoshinobu Takahashi could play in a knee gun rehab game against Nippon Ham Fighter. That would be on the 11th. That ball's hit the shortstop. Sakamoto there. Fires to first, one away to score that 6-3. We've been missing Takahashi since, my goodness, about the second week of the season. So we'll see how that comes along. Talking about the All-Star game, Tatsunori Hara, the manager of the Giants, wondered aloud the other day what it might be like if only paying fans, in other words, fans who bought tickets and merchandise, what if they were the only ones allowed to vote in the All-Star game or vote for the All-Star game? Sort of an open-ended question. Doesn't really say if he believed that should be the case or not, but just putting it out there. Over 3 million votes have been cast so far. There's a strike. The reason you might ask that is some pretty obscure players have made it on the ballot. There's a nice play by Sakamoto to get his man charging, throwing on the run across his body. Some nice plays out here today defensively by the infielders. Look at it again. Matsui, who runs well, 2 bounces, had to reach over to his right to get it. Did Sakamoto. One more look. Took a weird little hop off the mound, and Sakamoto able to control it and get enough on the throw to get Matsui. So another 6-3 play. Now Shohei Ohtani, in fact, has got some all-star votes. That's probably why Mr. Hara is wondering aloud. Fans who buy the merchandise and come to the games are probably, I think what he was saying but not saying, are probably more knowledgeable about the game of baseball. So if we were to limit it to those fans only, then what would the results look like? Of course, the whole idea of having the fans vote is to democratize the system, and that would sort of fly in the face of that concept. Swung on, that ball hit the second base to first, and that will do it. So 3 up, 3 down. Good inning from Mr. Utsumi. 3 up, 3 down, 3 ground balls after 2.5. 1-0 Eagles.
The race for the top spot in the Premier League heats up here on Yes. Tonight, after a disappointing loss to Chelsea, Man City looks to rebound on the road when they head to Norwich City to clash with the Canaries. It all starts tonight at 10:30 right here on Yes.
Can I get a win for life? There you go. Thanks.
Thank you for being a friend. We've traveled down the road and back again. Your heart is true. Why don't you stand up and take a bow? Stand up and thank you for being a friend.
Every time you play a New York lottery game, a portion of your sale goes to aid New York State school children, just like them. New York Lottery. Everybody wins.
This Ram Truck Month, we recognize it takes a modern marvel to make one. Trucks with the best towing, 3.5 tons more than the competition. The best torque. The best payload. The best fuel economy. And back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year awards. Get a great deal during Ram Truck Month.
Get a low-mileage lease on Ram 1500 Express Crew Cab for $179 a month for well-qualified current lessees of competitive vehicles.
Let's keep the party polite. Never get out of my sight.
Introducing Ciroc Amaretto flavor. Welcome to the family.
This season, after every game on Yes, don't miss the Verizon Fios Nets postgame for highlights,
Major highlight, big finish.
analysis,
A fever pitch until the end. That's where everything came together for the Nets.
and reaction from key players inside the locker room.
We just didn't give up. Communication was there all night. Confidence is high right now.
After the final buzzer, don't miss the Verizon Fios Nets postgame. All this season, only on Yes.
Well, Tanaka has given up some base runners, and like the proverbial tree in the windstorm, bends but does not break. Squaring around to bunt. It's Terioka, who lined to left field his first time out. Got some good wood on the ball. Hit the ball well going the other way. As we said, Tanaka undefeated this year. He's 7-0. Line drive. Oh, nice play by Fujita over to first base in time. Nice hustle play. The ball seemed to die once it hit the turf in the outfield, allowing Fujita to surround it right there. Throw over to Jones in plenty of time. Terioka runs well too, so he will feel hard done by. Terioka will be, because he's hit the ball fairly well both times and nothing to show for it. Kamei, who singled, he's got the lone giant hit back in the first inning. Yesterday also hitting out of the number 2 hole. He was 1 for 4 with that RBI. Drove in the first run of the game for the Giants. Started to bunt, held up, but it was a strike anyway. One World Sports is expanding our coverage of the MPB. We'll be showcasing selected Pacific League games later on next month. We'll be talking more about that as the dates approach. Swing and a miss. Inside fastball. Dial that up into the 140s. Tanaka sneaky fast. He's not really overpowering, but as we said, has 4 or 5 pitches in his repertoire and uses them very cleverly. In fact, our very first game that we will be doing here on One World Sports will feature the Eagles, and that'll be on July 12th. And the Marines against the Hawks on the 17th of July. Strike 3 call. Kamei. Awkward at bat for him. Tanaka, as we said, uses a variety of different pitches. Let's see what he pulls out of the pantry this time. Like a slider going away. Kamei totally fooled. So his first strikeout. That'll bring up Sakamoto, who singled his last time up. In fact, I said the Kamei only hit there. In fact, Giants have 2 hits, plus a walk. Remember, they loaded the bases in that first inning. Had Tanaka sweating. Got the double play ball from Jose Lopez to get out of trouble. Then he walked a batter, Chono, with 1 out in the second inning, and got out of that one. Popped up, hard breaking ball. Back goes Fujita with the basket catch over his shoulder. Great inning defensively for Fujita. He makes 2 sterling plays after 3. Still the Eagles 1. Giants zip.
This special presentation of Tanaka versus the Yomiuri Giants is presented by ANA, Japan's leading 5-star airline with 2 daily flights from JFK to Tokyo.
At ANA, we're building a global network in the sky. designed to provide efficient access to Japan and beyond. We believe you can engineer harmony, and it's all by design.
So you can have a getaway from what you know. So you can be surprised by what you don't. Get 2 times the points on travel and dining at restaurants from Chase Sapphire Preferred. So you can taste something that wakes up your soul. Chase Sapphire Preferred. So you can.
Here in Philadelphia, you can access a Philly cheesesteak anytime, day or night. Just like you can access Geico anytime, day or night. There's only one way to celebrate this unique similarity. Witness the Cheesesteak Shuffle.
Cheesesteak, cheesesteak. It's the cheesesteak shuffle, huh? Every day, all day, cheesesteak, cheesesteak. Every night, all night, cheesesteak, cheesesteak. 9 a.m. cheesesteak. 2 p.m. cheesesteak. 4 a.m. cheesesteak. Anytime.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Well, there's Mr. Tanaka, who gave a courteous bow to Mr. Fujita, who made that over-the-shoulder basket catch to end the 3rd inning, to keep the Giants on the snide. The 1-0 score, courtesy of the home run by Nakashima. Mistake pitch by Utsumi. He's given up one other hit, the single to Jirasawa, who is batting here to start off the top of the 4th. Busy day for Mr. Sakamoto. Hayatu fields that cleanly and throws to first. 1, 2, 3, 4 chances already for Hayato. That'll bring up Andrew Jones, who struck out last time. Steady diet of off-speed pitches. Now, Andrew Jones in his career has done very well against left-handers. In fact, the last couple of years when he played for the New York Yankees, he would start in the outfield against left-handers, or designated hit. Evens it up at 1 apiece. .129 kilometers an hour on the changeup. Andrew refuses to take the bait. Down low, 3-1. Oh, Jones in general does not walk a lot. He's a free swinger, always has been. Sometimes to his detriment. Swung on that ball, hit hard to left field. Going to go against the wall. Jones digging for second. Close play. Andrew Jones doesn't run like he used to. He just barely gets in underneath the tag. So Utsumi tries to sneak the fastball by him, and Jones, watch this, caught a little bit too much of the plate. Lucky to keep him in the ballpark. So 1-out double for Andrew. And that'll bring up Casey McGehee, who flew out to left field his last time up. So we see that 3rd in home runs in the Pacific League. Umpire flinched a little bit, but calls a ball. Andrew Jones able to center that pitch. Outfield straight away. Big breaking ball. Strike one. Fastball. Jones isn't going anywhere. McGehee will be thrown out. Another ground ball to Sakamoto. Like a vacuum cleaner over there. That'll bring up Toshiya Nakashima. He is the man responsible for the 1-0 lead that the Rakuten Golden Eagles enjoy at the moment. Notes from around the league we want to get to. Some happenings going around, not only in the Central League, but the Pacific League. There's a ball low. At the Mazda Stadium, a large number of moths, the flying moths, were found flying around. The game against Lotte on June 5th. Exterminator came in the next day. There's a ball outside. No clue where the moths came from. They just all decide to congregate by Mazda Stadium. Matt Merton of the Tigers is in the final year of a 2-year deal. The Tigers are considering whether to re-up him for another year. He's having a good year for Hanshin, well over 300. Just low ball. So 3-0 now, is Itsumi taking no chances with Nakashima. Funny how that works. A guy goes yard on you and he hasn't hit a home run the whole year, and now you start treating him with kid gloves. So obviously that home run in the mind of Itsumi, ball 4, and they'll give him his base. So runners on first and second, the 4's still in. That'll bring up Motohiro Shima, who is in the top 20 in hitting in the Pacific League. So don't know the wisdom of putting Nakashima aboard to pitch to Shima. Ball low, 118 clicks to Shima. Game matriculating along, 1 hour gone here. We're right about on schedule. Usually the games last around 3 hours there or about. The last couple of games have lasted longer. There's a strike, nice pitch, 137. Right off the end, right on the inside corner to Shima. Looked like it fooled him a little bit. Swung on, foul back. News from the Yokohama Bay Stars, Daisuke Miura is set to earn his free agent option on the 9th of June. He would be eligible to go anywhere to play, and he said no, he doesn't want to go anywhere. He says, I made my decision in 2008. My feelings haven't changed. I will end my career in Yokohama. Don't see that too often these days. Team loyalty from the start to the finish. Ooh, waved at, just getting a piece of to stay alive is Shima. As we said yesterday, Dennis Holton was taken off the active roster. The Giants are going to go to a 4-man rotation, and they don't really need him at the moment. So I'm sure they'll pick him back up probably sometime in July. Dennis has been a little bit shaky in his last couple of outings. Ooh, right off the outside corner. Not to say he doesn't fit in with their future. Had a respectable year so far. He's 4-2 with a 3.90 ERA. 57 innings pitched, 57 2/3. He's given up 57 hits. It's just that they're going to a 4-man rotation and they don't need a 5th starter. A lot of teams go with a 6th starter. There's Tanaka right there. 43 pitches thus far. Typical Tanaka. As we said, not overpowering, but just has such a large repertoire of pitches. Very successful keeping hitters off balance. Oh, he thought he had it that time. Umpire doesn't agree. Natsumi a little bit upset. 3-2. Let's watch the pitch again. Oh my goodness. Right at the knees. Wow. Let's see how much that upset him. Swung on the other way. It's going to be foul. Shima bidding for the base hit the other way. Actually swung at ball 4 there, and I think that's why he's upset. Ball 4. Nice patient at bat for Shima. Bases loaded with 2 outs. And that's what you get for walking Nakashima. And that'll bring up Samachi, who struck out looking his last time up. So the number 8 hitter due up for the Eagles here in the top half of the 4th inning. Meeting on the mound. Talking about the Hanshin Tigers, Blaine Boyer pitched in a knee gun game against SoftBank today. Entered the game in the 7th and gave up 3 runs and 4 hits in 1 inning of work. So rough start to his Japanese career. Swung on that ball, hit hard to right field. Not going to get to it. To the wall it goes. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Here comes the relay home. Safe. 3 runs there, so 4-0. The number 8 hitter Shimachi delivers. And how hurtful was that walk to Nakashima? Didn't want to pitch to him because he burned him last time. Let's look at it again. A breaky ball, middle. Tattooed to right center field over the head of Kamei. Hits the relay man. Teriyuki, 1 bouncer. Wide right of the plate. Scoring easily from first base is Shima. So a couple of unsung players playing leading roles today for the Rakuten Golden Eagles. First, the home run by Toshiya Nakashima. He didn't even start yesterday. Now the 3-run double by Samachi. So for 2 days in a row, they get 3-run doubles. Yesterday, remember, Ryu Hijirasawa did it. So 4-0. Line drive. Hits the gap again. Another run's going to score. 5-0. Tanaka delivers a stand-up double. How do you like that? RBI from the pitcher. The thing's starting to get out of hand. So Jones scores. Nakashima, who was walked, scores. Jones started the damage with a double to left center. Shima also scores, beneficiary of the base on balls. Shimachi drove all 3 of those home. Then Tanaka does himself a favor and drives in another run. So 5-0. Kazu Matsui. And Matsumi doesn't know what hit him. This is the damage the bases on balls can do to you. The walk to Nakashima, then the walk to Shima as well. Sets it up. Bullpen busy. Ball low. And Matsumi, I'm sure, feels that he's being squeezed by the home plate umpire. One pitch he thought he had Shima struck out. Things started to unravel even further after that. Grounded. Sakamoto again. Throw to first, and that'll do it. But not before the Eagles score 4 times. They put the crooked number up, and after 3.5, they lead 5-0.
It's Brooklyn's breakout new year.
The Nets starting to turn the corner.
New identity.
Defensive battle.
D9. New attitude.
We come out every night believing we can win.
Oh, it goes. New resolve. Finish. And you can watch it all here on Yes.
Guys, size really does matter. Valentine's Day is Friday, and there is still time to score big points with your Valentine. Go big with the big hunk of love bear from Vermont Teddy Bear. This guy is a 4-foot-tall pile of awesomeness. He's big. He's soft. No girl can resist a teddy bear that's this adorable. The big hunk of love bear from Vermont Teddy Bear is no ordinary Valentine's present. It's thoughtful. It's romantic. It shows that you were thinking only of her in a big way. Think about it. Who wants to spend a lot of money on flowers that will die in days? Chocolates taste good for a few seconds, but then she's going to ask if she looks too fat. You don't want to go there. So, here's what you do. Go to VermontTeddyBear.com or call now and order your Valentine, the giant big hunk of love bear, for this special limited time offer of only $99. Vermont Teddy Bear has been making great Valentine's Day gifts for over 30 years, and every bear is guaranteed for life. They do it right every time. Get her this bear and she'll think of you every time she sees it. And when you aren't around, her bear will be there to keep her company and to keep her thinking about you. This is the Valentine's Day gift where you simply can't lose. Go online or call now to get the big hunk of love bear from Vermont Teddy Bear for only $99. If you want the big reaction and the big reward, get her the big hunk of love bear from Vermont Teddy Bear. It's 4 feet of teddy bear that is sure to make your Valentine's Day a winner. Go big and go home happy. And get this, your gift is guaranteed to be delivered in time for Valentine's Day. Call now to get the big hunk of love bear for only $99. Or go to VermontTeddyBear.com to find the perfect Valentine's Day gift now. Guys, don't miss the big day. Vermont Teddy Bear also has hundreds of other classic teddy bears for Valentine's Day. So order one now before it's too late. It's a great gift for her. It's sure to pay off for you.
Welcome back to Tanaka versus the Yomiuri Giants, presented by ANA.
Well, the Giants a little bit shell-shocked now, giving up 4 runs. Tetsuya Utsumi coming unglued a little bit in the 4th inning. Not a little bit, a lot. All started with the double by Andrew Jones with 1 out. There's the change up there. It wasn't actually a breaking ball, it was a change. One hop to the wall, Kamei couldn't get to. There, reaching out was Tanaka, adding insult to injury with the outfield drawn in because the pitcher was up. Tanaka laces it over everybody's head, goes all the way to the wall, drives in a run, helps his own cause. So a grim-faced Tetsuya Utsumi has put his team in a 5-0 hole here in the bottom half of the 4th. Shinosuke Abe, Jose Lopez, and John Bowker 4, 5, and 6 to get it going for the Giants in the 4th inning. One World Sports continuing coverage of the MPB, and Yomiuri Giants. As we look at Abe stroking one of his many home runs, or in fact, they're going to show us a series of them now. In this 2013, he's second in the league in home runs with 16. Chuck Schreiner along with you. One World Sports, your American home of Japanese baseball. Inside, and same sequence maybe as last time. Remember moving Abe off the plate for pitch number 1 and then a steady diet of breaking pitches away. Let's see if this holds true this at bat as well. Seems to be the same pattern. Got away with one there, pretty much middle, but had enough late movement on it that Abe fouled it away. Both these guys on the WBC team. Japan, who made the semifinals, they did not successfully defend their title that went to the Dominican Republic this year. Well, more news from around the league. Tim Corcoran, from the Yokohama Bay Stars, he arrived at Haneda with his wife and child earlier today. He'll get his physical first before he joins the team. So welcome to Japan, Tim, and your family. In the corner, making the catch. So lofting that fly ball, it looked for a moment it was going to get out of play. It did not. Caught over there by the left fielder for out number 2, or out number 1, excuse me. Jirasawa. So the air out of the balloon a little bit by the Giants. See if they can get something started. Lopez probably had the best chance of all back in the first inning. Laces a shot down the left field line. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Digging for second will be Jose. He'll get in there standing up with the double. So 1-out double by Jose Lopez. That'll bring up Bowker. See what sort of pitch it was. Looked like a slider. Leaked across the middle of the plate. John Bowker, 7th home run last night. There it is. He was one of the hot Giant hitters before he went down with that broken finger. In fact, I saw a graphic one night that showed how the Giants played with him and without him. He must be their good luck charm, because since he's come back, the Giants have all of a sudden been playing much better. They were 14-17 without him, 17-4 with him. So do the math. Now, is that coincidence? I would be on that side of the argument. I don't think one player necessarily can make that big of a difference. The Giants have a couple of home jerseys, as we saw them wear the orange and white with the black undershirts yesterday. It's just to mix things up a little bit. They have their white flannels that they're going with today. That's the uniform that we are most familiar with. So 2 home jerseys. Bowker 2-1. Bouncing ball. Easy play from McGehee. Strong arm to first base to get Bowker. Lopez has to stay put. Score that 5-3. 2 outs now. That'll bring up Chono, who worked a walk his last time. More Bay Stars news. Takahiro Ishikawa joined the Ichigun team for workouts at the stadium today. He's coming off a knee gun game. Played against Cebu on Thursday, which he went 4 for 5 in that game with a home run. Now, knee gun is a second division. It's sort of like our AAA in the United States. So the minor leagues is basically called knee gun. The high minor leagues, they also have very good university system, high school system as well. Very highly regarded. Look out. Just missed him. So again, you wonder with Tanaka, he's not afraid to come inside, and usually that means that the next pitch will be a breaking ball away. Let's see if that holds true to form, or will he come in again? Swing and a miss. 140 on that sinker. Matt Merton's walk-off home run on Thursday. That was a franchise 100th, 15th by a foreign player. This is for Hanshin. Now, when Merton swapped bats after swinging and missing on the first pitch of his at-bat in the 9th, it was because he spotted a small crack that he hadn't seen before he picked the bat up. He only saw it when he was at bat, so had he not noticed it, just think what might have happened. Maybe he didn't hit his walk-off homer. Breaking ball. Chono gets a piece of it just to stay alive. Tanaka. Third inning, he's allowed base runners. Actually, more than that. 1, 2. He allowed, of course, the 3 base runners in the first inning and a base runner in the second. Now a base runner here in the 4th as well. But just seems to stiffen up whenever there's runners aboard. Strike 3, and he knew it. So down goes Chono for the 3rd out. The Giants can't get anything rolling here. After 4 complete, they're down 5-0.
With more than 3 decades of experience on the New York sports scene, 10 years of beat reporter, 10 years in the radio booth, hosted the acclaimed interview series Center Stage, and for the last 12 years, the television voice of the Yankees, Michael Kay brings a new brand of sports talk to Yes.
The smartest take on the biggest news of the day.
With the inside scoop on the hottest stories.
When that light goes on, we're ready to roll.
The Michael Kay Show, weekdays at 3, right here on Yes.
This will be the place to be.
Reggie Jackson has seen 2 pitches.
David Cone is 1 out. Tying runs, 2nd and 3rd, 2 out.
They're 1 strike away from their 100.
As we go to the bottom of the 11th, here's Aaron Boone to lead off.
Deep to left.
It is good. 27 up, 27 down. Baseball immortality.
The Yankees are champions of baseball.
That's one of the greatest games you will ever see.
Yankees Classics, the greatest Yankees games ever, only on Yes.
Cool, calm, and collected. 3 adjectives that might describe Masahiro Tanaka. He is rolling here as we go to the 5th inning. Maybe domination is too strong of a word. He has given up a few hits, but bottom line, no Giant has crossed home plate, and he has a 5-0 lead here. So we move along to the middle stages of the game. Doesn't look too bothered about anything, does he? Now, talking about Masahiro, we already mentioned the starting all-star vote getters for the Central League moving over to the Pacific. He is number 1. 32,000 votes he has gotten. Yosei Kikuchi, number 2, and Mitsuo Yoshikawa of the Ham Fighters, number 3. Those are starting pitchers. middle relievers will be some names that you Giant fans will recognize because we saw them when we played the Nippon Ham Flyers. But Hirotoshi Masui, leading vote getter for middle relievers, and Hisashi Takeda, leading vote getter for closers. Catcher with the most votes in this game right here in the Pacific League, Morihiro Shima. So we have the leading vote getters from both leagues in this one game. That's pretty cool. Line drive to left field. Bowker there to put it away for out number 1. So Fujita lines out to left. That'll bring up Ryu Fujisarawa, who singled and grounded to short. Fujirasawa, excuse me. He's had a productive weekend. Singled today. Remember, yesterday had the 3 RBIs. The only 3 runs that the Eagles got were a result of his double to left. A little dink double to left, but it still counts. New pitcher for the Giants is Aoki. Takahiro Aoki, his 6th appearance. 5 2/3 innings. He's given up 3 hits, 3 strikeouts, no ERA. He has not given up a run. So bringing him in here in the middle. There's Andrew Jones on deck. He got the fireworks started last inning for the Eagles when he had that ringing double to left center. You look at the standings. The Yomiuri Giants have moved up to 6th with that 9-9 record on account of that win last night. Swung on. Soft liner to Sakamoto. Very quickly, 2 outs here in the top half of the 5th inning. So Takahiro Aoki. And he hasn't wasted any time in getting these 2 outs either. The thing that he does very effectively is he disguises, he hides the ball. You can see very close, keeping his glove. You don't see the ball coming out of his hand until very late. As you can see there, Andrew Jones having trouble picking it up. There's a strike. Things have quietened it down considerably here at the ballpark here at the Tokyo Dome. Breaking ball. Jones out in front of that. 1-2. First baseman, we were talking about the starting All-Stars. We look at Jones foul that off for the Pacific League. Atsunori Inaba, again at the Nippon Ham Flyers. They placed a lot of guys on the All-Star team, but they're in last place in the Pacific League. There's a ball 2. Daeho Lee from Oryx, number 2 on that list, first baseman. Second baseman, Tadahito Iguchi from Lotte. Yuichi Honda, number 2 vote getter. Big curveball just outside. Nobuhiro Matsuda, leading vote getter for third baseman. Shortstop, well, he's in this game here, Kazu Matsui, and not that he's had that great of a year, and maybe another example of what the manager for the Giants was talking about, Mr. Hara, when he said that, you know, maybe only the people that buy tickets and merchandise should have the right to vote. Now, I might add, the same thing happens in the United States. Let's watch this pitch again. Jones trying to center it, picking the ball up a little bit better out of the hands of Aoki, but still a little bit out in front. And he's still got a nice swing. The 3-2, did he go around? Yes, he did. Strike three, and throws his bat and helmet. Despite the smile, you can tell he's not feeling too good about that at bat. After 4.5, the Giants aren't feeling very well either. They trail 5-0.
Joe Johnson has become the league's most lethal clutch shooter.
Joe Johnson one more time!
And the Nets' go-to man.
He's not human!
Wednesday, this 7-time All-Star is ready to lead Brooklyn to victory as they take on Charlotte at the Barclays. Bobcats versus Nets. Coverage starts Wednesday at 7. Watch Nets on Yes.
4 and many years ago.
4 deal with you.
Oh, yeah. Massive deal.
Who's your founding father?
Get a rear view camera.
I see you, AB.
Bluetooth. Talking about the red, white, and blue.
Great deals and features come standard on our most popular Honda models. The President's Day sales event, happening now at your Honda dealer.
Wow, this hotel is amazing.
Oh, no.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Wrong answer.
Wait, Daddy, this is Blair. He booked this room with Priceline Express deals and saved a ton.
Oh, yeah, I didn't have to bid, and I got everything I wanted.
Oh, good.
I always do.
Oh, good. He seemed nice.
Express deals. Priceline savings without the bidding.
Looking sharp, Len. Who's the lucky lady?
I'm going to the bank to discuss a mortgage.
See, you need a loan, you put on a suit, you go crawling to the bank. This is how I dress to get a mortgage. I just go to Lending Tree. I calculate how much home I can afford. I get multiple offers to compare side by side. And the best part is, the banks come crawling to me.
Everything you need to get a better mortgage. Clothing optional. Lending Tree. When banks compete, you win.
Okay.
Awkward.
Be My Valentine. Half-carat flowing hearts are $3.99. Infinity, floating heart, and journey pendants are $99. Diamond studs $59. And 2-carat diamond and amethyst pendants just $39. Buy factory direct and save. The Jewelry Factory in Hackensack.
I do a lot of research on Angie's List before I do any projects on my home.
I love my contractor, and I am so thankful to Angie's List for bringing us together.
Find out why more than 2 million members count on Angie's List. Angie's List. Reviews you can trust.
Welcome back to Tanaka versus the Yomiuri Giants, presented by ANA.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom half of the 5th inning. The Giants on the short end of this one, 5-0. Masahiro Tanaka comes as advertised. He shut the Giants down. He had some rough moments in the first inning, but since then, gave up the double to Jose Lopez. That's been the only hit since then. 2 hits in the first inning he gave up. A couple of walks along the way to Abe and 1 to Chono. Then the double to Lopez, and that's been it. So no runs on 3 hits. Big curveball, Murata. Well, finishing up with our conversation, or my monologue anyway, about the All-Stars for 2013. We talked about the shortstop Matsui, and here's where it gets curious, and I see where Mr. Hara is coming from. Again, strike way behind that one, Murata. Totally fooled on that breaking ball. Looked like a slider. Now, Sho Nakata, the Ham Fighters, no doubt having a fine year. Yoshio Itoi, ditto for Oryx. And then the number 3 vote getter, Shohei Ohtani. Now, no doubt he's only 18 and a half, and he's a future star and all that, but he looked totally overmatched in the series against the Giants. I don't even think he got 1 hit of about 10 at bats, and just doesn't have that many plate appearances, and how he could be the number 3 vote getter as that ball's fouled off by Murata is people must be voting about something else. They might have something else in mind. Now, is he popular? No doubt about it. He has a giant following and should develop into a fine ball player, but not yet. So I think that's what Mr. Hara was talking about, in particular that vote. Swung on a miss. Murata goes down swinging, and his travails continue. So that'll bring up the pitching spot, and Aoki is due up. Let's see if they have him come up, or he is pinch hit for. And look at this breaky ball. Not a clue. Just waved at. So Murata will try and figure it out. Meanwhile, the pinch hitter Nakai, who started at second base last night, will get a shot. Daisuke Nakai. There almost just seems to be resignation. There's a strike. Fastball snuck by him. 147 clicks. Another one. Just outside, so the count will go to 2-2. Well, no system of picking all-stars is infallible. Ooh, that looked like that could have been strike three. Looked like it clipped the outside corner. It used to be in Major League Baseball in the States, only the players would vote. Swung on, that ball fouled straight back. The players and the sports writers and the managers and coaches. So that wasn't very democratic, so they opened it up to the fans. And by and large, they did a very good job. But a couple instances like that as well in the States. Just inside, ball three. And obviously teams with the bigger markets have an advantage because you've got more fans. Fastball right back up the middle. Matsui on the run, got him. So Tanaka survives that comebacker. It'll be 2 away here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Things rolling along quite nicely now for the Eagles. 6-3 that, back up to the top of the order. Another look at it. So it'll be Tatioka. 0 for 2, flew out to left field and grounded second to first. Off it looked like the heel of his foot. Pacific League has designated hitter, and they have votes for that as well. Andrew Jones and Michel Abreu are 1 and 2. Now Abreu, between the two, having much the better season, but yet he's way behind Jones in the fan balloting. So perhaps a vote based on reputation. Jones has the better pedigree for Major League Baseball, given the fact that he hit 434 home runs. And you know what, maybe the fans ultimately are going to be watching the game or coming to the games. They want to vote who they want to see. And sometimes players that are actually having better seasons are left out. Slice foul. So that wraps up our lengthy conversation about the 2013 All-Star Game. Again, 19th, 20th, and 22nd of July. Pitch count on Tanaka. Not too bad, 74, right where he needs to be. Grounded, up the middle. Fujita, got him. Oh, what a fine play by Fujita. That's about the 3rd time he's robbed the Giants of a hit. After 5, still 5-0.
Oh,
At ANA, we're building a global network in the sky, designed to provide efficient access to Japan and beyond. We believe you can engineer harmony, and it's all by design.
I used to be like you, all hustle and bustle, all media, no social. But ever since I retired, I got a new outlook on life. You got a great cup of coffee there. Unplug and enjoy it.
All day at McDonald's, get any size hot or iced McCafe coffee made just how you take it for only $1. There's something for everyone to love at McDonald's.
You know, I used to be like you.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah.
Get into Nissan now. 5 new Nissans. More excitement than ever. Choose the 38 MPG Ultima with a $189 per month lease or 0% APR for up to 60 months.
Nissan, innovation that excites.
Shop ChooseNissan.com.
With Nets Encore presented by Verizon Fios, you'll never miss this.
Whoa! Garnett on the follow!
That.
Razzle dazzle! Major highlight. He drills it a three.
Or these.
Paul Pierce with the rejection. That was real and that was spectacular.
Get a second chance to catch one of the NBA's hottest teams with Nets Encore presented by Verizon Fios. Only on Yes.
So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Another new pitcher for the Giants. Looks like going to be number 29, Satoshi Fukuda. We haven't seen him in a while. Fukuda on and off the active list. So actually doesn't have any stats to speak of. So he'll be coming in and trying to give a quality inning or two for the Giants as they trail 5-0. Top half of 6th inning. In fact, Fukuda has no stats. So his maiden voyage, so to speak, with the Giants. Satoshi Fukuda. Not a lot of information on him. So we'll have to wait and see. I see he's got a 4-seam fastball in his repertoire and a changeup and a curve, but don't they all? So we'll have to see exactly how that translates against the first hitter, Casey McGehee. Now McGehee has hit the ball hard a couple times, nothing to show that. He's another guy here that has to be getting a little bit frustrated. One of the league leaders in hitting, McGehee. But you don't see his name up there in the All-Star balloting that high anyway. At third base, there's a plethora of players. We're having quality years at that position. There's his batting average, fine .318. He came into the series hitting .321. So right around there. There's Andrew Jones. Swing and a miss. 129 on the changeup there from Fukuda. In fact, a breaking ball. Going back through the list, actually, a third baseman. McGee is ranked number 3 in the All-Star voting as he goes down swinging. So Fukuda takes a pretty big scalp on his maiden voyage, strikes out Casey McGehee, an ex-major leaguer. That's got to make him feel good. The Carp up on the Lions, 3-1. Just scored 3 in the bottom half of 7th. 2 more to go for them to hang on. And that'll bring up Toshiya Nakashima, and he started it all way back in the 2nd inning for the Eagles. He blasted a solo home run. 143 on the fastball, right around 89, 90. The Eagles knocked out of first as far as their leading the interleague standings. They're at 12-7 now. SoftBank has done very well, 12-6. The Hawks. You look at this Eagles team up and down the lineup, they really have some guys who can rake. As we look at the schedule, look out. High and tied by Fukuda. It's Nakashima to the dance backwards. The pitch swung on and just got a piece of it. Other news from around the league. Hisashi, well, from the Nippon Ham Fighters, Hisashi Takeda threw 47 pitches to a catcher in the bullpen at Tamagaya on Friday. It's the first session since he started feeling tightness in his right elbow. That's always a red flag. So he's hoping to make it back to the active roster and as soon as he can. Now the Eagles, one of the younger teams in Japan. 2004 they were founded. Pinch runner for the Eagles, Makoto Moriyama, the pinch runner. So Nakashima draws the walk and immediately gets pinch run for. Makoto Moriyama. That'll bring up Shima. Shima 0 for 1. He walked and scored back in the 4th inning. Long look over at first base. There's a strike. Oh my goodness. You know, sometimes it seems like the umpire is very tight and you can see Shima doesn't believe it. Still looking down at third base. The 1-1 swung on and missed. 139. Pulled the string on him. See the late movement on that from Fukuda. Watch it again. There it is. Just sort of accelerates. Here's the GoPro camera. See Shima late on the swing. Looked like he was anticipating a breaking ball or a change. Snap throw to first. It's not some very good news out of the Oryx Buffaloes camp. Hiroshi Moriwaki is not satisfied with how the catchers are handling the pitching staff, and he may start issuing signs from the dugout. Not a lot of confidence if you're a catcher with Oryx. Oryx struggling a little bit this year. From the Dragons, Kazuki Yoshima started his rehab at Nagoya. He's not allowed to do a lot of sweating right now, and he has to keep his workouts light. We're hoping he's going to be back to start throwing before the end of the year. He had surgery on his right elbow, Tommy John, and an elbow cleaning. It usually takes over a year to come back from, give or take. So we wish Mr. Yoshima all the best as he recovers from that sort of surgery that is more and more commonplace. It's almost like it's going to happen. It's just what part of your career is going to happen in. A lot of speculation as we look at that foul ball is that the earlier the better. So 1-2 on Shima. It's always a tough at bat. Abe setting up outside. Line drive. Karaoke can't get to it, so runners on first and second. One away. That'll bring up Samachi, who got the big hit of the game so far, that 3-run double. Back in the 4th inning. Biggest hit probably of his young career, one he'll certainly remember for a long time. There it is. Over the head of Kamei, all the way to the wall, clearing the bases. By reaching over too late. Low ball. So 2-0. Fukuda not doing himself any favors, falling behind hitters. See the outfield straight away. Infield at double play deck. There's a strike. Nice pitch by Fukuda, tailing away from the lefty. Well, the good news for the Giants, there's a lot of time to go in the game still. The bad news is they're facing a pitcher who is undefeated. Right now, maybe the hottest pitcher in the MPB. Just upstairs or off the plate. Fukuda giving a look in to the umpire. So 3-1. Tanaka would be next. One slash to second base, could be 2 to second for 1. Sakamoto to first, in time for the double play. Fukuda gets out of it. So the Giants don't give up any more runs. After 5.5, they're down 5-0.
This special presentation of Tanaka versus the Yomiuri Giants is presented by ANA, Japan's leading 5-star airline with 2 daily flights from JFK to Tokyo.
This Ram Truck Month, we recognize it takes a modern marvel to make one. Trucks with the best towing, 3.5 tons more than the competition. The best torque. The best payload. The best fuel economy. And back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year awards. Get a great deal during Ram Truck Month.
Get a low-mileage lease on Ram 1500 Express Crew Cab for $179 a month for well-qualified current lessees of competitive vehicles.
For tapping into a wealth of experience. For access to one of the top wealth management firms in the country. For a team of financial professionals who provide customized solutions. For all of your wealth management and retirement goals, discover how PNC Wealth Management can help you achieve. Visit pnc.com/wealth solutions to find out more.
It's Brooklyn's breakout new year.
The Nets starting to turn the corner.
New identity.
Defensive battle.
D9! New attitude.
We come out every night believing we can win. Oh, it goes!
New resolve.
Finish!
And you can watch it all here on Yes.
Well, Tanaka continuing to roll to the point where team meeting called by the Giants to discuss it. Mr. Hara and his coaches gathering the players, and the thing to impress on him is he's just a human being out there. We are the team in first place. Let's put together some quality at bats and battle this guy. But he's tough, no doubt about it. So it'll be the number 2, 3, 4 hitters for the Giants, Kamei, Sakamoto, and Abe. We were talking about the Golden Eagles, and they were founded only in 2004, so about the youngest team around in the MPB, and played his first season in the Pacific League in 2005. At that time, they were just called Rakuten. They were created to begin with out of the void because of the merger between two teams, the Oryx Blue Waves and the Kintetsu Buffaloes. So one team came out of two, and out of that chaos became the first ever Japanese player strike. So big crisis for the MPB at that time. Now the team is based in Sendai, and that will be familiar to you for a couple of reasons. Fly ball lifted to center field. Easily chased down by Ryu Hirishawa. So that will be the first out. That'll bring up Sakamoto. First game it ever played, 3-1 victory over Lotte, team that's in first place right now. By the way, the team is owned by the internet shopping company Rakuten. That's the name. Team's manager at that time was Katsuya Nomura. Now, he was the oldest manager in MPB history. So he was replaced in 2010 by a guy named Marty Brown, the former manager of Hiroshima. He was in turn replaced by the guy at the helm now, Shinichi Hoshino. The stadium was heavily damaged by the floods, of course, during that disaster in the 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami. Everybody remembers that, March 11th of that year, but they've recovered. And the most of that area has as well, or is in the process of, Sendai area, very resilient people. 2-1. Snub foul off to the right. I want to thank my producer David Cass for that wonderful piece of research. Land of the Rising Sun. Two and two. You can just see that Giants just not getting around on him. 147 on that fastball, and let's watch the movement on from the GoPro. Just not picking it up right, or guessing something else. Tanaka just baffling the Giants today. And you can see that arm speed too. Did he go around? No, he did not. So 3-2. One of the few times during the game Tanaka's fallen behind or gone full on hitter. Tanaka, the first round pick for the Eagles in the 2006 high school draft. This is his one and only team. So he is their ace and has been. Look at it again. Breaking ball. And again, just falling off the table. Sakamoto doing a good job just getting just a piece of it to stay alive. Fly ball right field. So remember, pitchers are on a normal rotation. He would not be pitching today if it was not his turn. There's a fastball. And again, you see Sakamoto just not getting around on it. So that'll bring up Abe. Walked in the first inning, popped out to left field in the fourth. He's 0 for 1. Working him down and away, or up and away on that particular pitch. Now the other two times he started him out with a high and tight fastball and then moved away. This time staying away, 146. Giants are going to have to figure out a way to get to him. Slice foul. There's the home run earlier. The one yesterday. What a difference a day makes. Giant bats quiet today. 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Abe goes down swinging, and that'll end the Giants' bid here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. They don't score, and after 6 complete, they trail 5-0.
If you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS that you can't afford to pay and want to try to settle with them, this is what you could do. Go to the IRS website, download Form 656 and 433. There are 23 pages, by the way. Yeah, there they are on the left. Read them very carefully, try to understand them, and then complete the entire application. Next, write out a non-refundable check for $150 and send it to the IRS. And be prepared to say goodbye to your money, because 75% of taxpayers who seek to settle with the IRS without professional help will be rejected. Or you could simply just call the number on your screen right now and speak with a professional tax settlement company. The National Tax Help Center is a referral service that connects struggling taxpayers with experienced tax relief professionals. Let them do the work for you. It's a lot of work. If you owe at least $10 grand or haven't filed in several years, don't call the IRS. Call the National Tax Help Center right now. They may be able to reduce your total tax, prevent wage garnishments and tax liens, remove penalties and interest charges. Don't mess with the IRS. Pay less to the IRS.
Call 1-800-971-5763.
Well, the stylings of Mr. Tanaka today made it look easy at times. There he gets Abe on the last inning. Fastball going away from him. He's got all of his pitches going. There's the four-seamer. Has the changeup, has the breaking ball. A lot of poise. You wonder if this guy keeps up the way he's going, if he might take his act to the United States. We'll see. But right now, happy to be where he is. And confirmation of the score, the Rakuten Golden Eagles 5, Yomiuri Giants nothing. Top half the 7th inning. Fukuda's still out on the hill. Talking about stats for the batting championship in the Central League. We talked about Pacific League yesterday. There's a fly ball. Kamei camped under it. Makes the catch for the first out. So Tanaka, he helped his own cause last time. Remember, he had a ringing double over the head of Chono in center field to drive in a run. So back to the top of the order, Kazu Matsui. He's 0 for 3. Popped up to second base and grounded to Sakamoto 2 times. Hector Luna still leading the Central League in hitting, 381 average. Tony Blanco hitting second, or the second leading hitter from the Bay Stars, 351, 23 home runs, 61 RBI. Incredible total. Nowhere near the halfway point, and he's already got 23 home runs. Matt Merton, 344, 5 home runs, 32 RBI. Norihiro Nakamura, again from the Bay Stars, 324. He sits 4th. Yoshihiro Maru. Now, you guys that have been with us since last year on One World Sports will recognize Mr. Maru because he plays for the Hiroshima Carp. So we look at the standings in both leagues, and the Carp, by the way, in 3rd place. So if the season were to end today, the Hiroshima Carp would be in. It's not, and they're not. Yeah. What do you do if your team's up 5-0 and you have your ace working for you? And you enjoy it because it doesn't happen that often. The leading giant on the batting title list is Jose Lopez. There's a line shot by Matsui. Threw for a base hit. His first hit of the afternoon. So he's aboard with 1 away. Jose Lopez 7th, hitting an even 300. Shinosuke Abe 9th at 292. And Hayato Sakamoto, he's dropped considerably. Number 12, hitting at 286. But still 3 in the top 12. There's that GoPro camera again. That ball intermiddle. Not a lot of movement on it. And Matsui spanks it to right field. So that'll bring up Fujita, who's 0 for 3. In fact, it hasn't been the top of the order, really the middle of the order, that has done the damage. It has been the number 6 hitter, Nakashima, with the home run, and the number 8 hitter, Hiroaki Shimachu, with the double that drove in 3. And the pitcher who drove in 1. So go figure. All your high-priced stars kept off the base. Your bottom feeders get it done, and you got to have that from time to time if you're going to be a good team. Here's Fujita. He has been sparkling in the field. 3 excellent plays, slashed, foul. Home run race in that Central League. We said Blanco with 23, and second is Vladimir Valentin with 17, and Shinosuke Abe in third with 16. There's that catch by Fujita that we were, one of the plays that we were talking about, alluding to anyway. So sometimes you do it with the glove, sometimes you do it with the bat, seldom, or sometimes you even do both. Sliced off again. And when you're really on your game, you do them both in the same game. Watch this play again. Like a wide receiver in American football. In a hole 0-2 now, though. Fastball away, 1-2. Fukuda gave up a single and a walk last inning, but got help with a 4-6-3 double play by Shimachi. Valentin second in the league in RBI with 41. Blanco, as we said, leads with 61. Check that, Abe second with 45, then Valentin with 41. There's Tanaka up in between innings. As is the habit of Japanese pitchers, they throw a lot more than American pitchers. Bouncing ball, Sakamoto will go the short way. Matsui was off on the pitch, they couldn't get him. So another grounder to short, 2 away, and that'll bring up Jirasawa, who singled, bounced to short, and popped out to short. He's 1 for 3. Pitching stats in the Central League. We'll talk about that later as Lopez handles that chance, flips it over to Fukuda, and that'll do it. Stress-free inning for Fukuda and for the Giants after 6.5. They're down 5-0.
Joe Johnson has become the league's most lethal clutch shooter.
Joe Johnson one more time!
And the Nets' go-to man.
He's not human!
Wednesday, this 7-time All-Star is ready to lead Brooklyn to victory as they take on Charlotte at the Barclays. Bobcats versus Nets. Coverage starts Wednesday at 7. Watch Nets on Yes.
This Wednesday,
He's coming!
the wait is over.
RoboCop is here.
You're gonna like this.
Woo!
I'd put those guns down now if I were you.
Thank you for your cooperation. RoboCop.
We're gonna need a bigger prison.
Rated PG-13. Wednesday.
Can I get a win for life?
There you go. Thanks.
Thank you for being a friend. We've traveled down the road and back again. Your heart is true. Why don't you stand up and take a bow? Stand up and take. Thank you for being a friend.
Every time you play a New York lottery game, a portion of your sale goes to aid New York State school children, just like them. New York Lottery. Everybody wins.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah.
Get into Nissan now. 5 new Nissans. More excitement than ever. Choose the 38 MPG Ultima with a $189 per month lease or 0% APR for up to 60 months.
Nissan, innovation that excites.
Shop ChooseNissan.com.
At ANA, we're building a global network in the sky, designed to provide efficient access to Japan and beyond. We believe you can engineer harmony, and it's all by design.
Welcome back to Tanaka versus the Yomiuri Giants, presented by ANA.
So Tanaka will go out to the mound for the 7th inning. He'll be facing Jose Lopez, John Bowker, and Hisayoshi Chono. 5, 6, and 7 in the Giants' order, as they've had little to no luck with the right-hander so far, as the scoreboard would indicate. Lots of goose eggs up there, 3 hits. 2 of those coming way back in the 1st inning. So 89 pitches, he's on track to get through this inning, and who knows, maybe the whole game. There's a strike on the outside corner. So talking a little bit more about the Sendai area, which is where the Rakuten Golden Eagles hail from. Popped up. Center field on his horse. Catches up with it. Nice play by Ryu Hijirasawa. Some more sporting teams from that area. Vegalta Sendai of the J League For you soccer fans out there, and I know there are a lot of you, in 2011, the year of the earthquake and tsunami, they finished 4th. Now 2012, they finished runner-up. So yes, there is life beyond baseball in that area. Outside 2-0 to Bowker. Bowker 0 for 2. Popped to short, grounded to third. There's a strike outside corner, 146. Clicking it up to nearly 91 miles an hour for the right-hander. Like a hot knife through butter through this Giants lineup. Grounded hard to second base. Fujita there, sure-handed. Throws him out, 2 away. My goodness. So a pop out to center field, a ground ball to second, and that'll bring up Chono, who walked in the second inning, struck out looking in the third. Now the thing to realize about Tanaka, he's not really a power pitcher. I mean, you look at his strikeouts today, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 strikeouts. Struck out Kamei looking in the third inning. Struck out Chono looking in the fourth. First pitch swing. Charge. Matsui got him. So the 7th goes quietly for the Giants again. In fact, whispers, and after 7, they're on the downside of a 5-0 game.
Pay my bill.
Your account is already paid in full.
Huh. Yeah, in that case, back to vacation mode. Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and
Voice-enabled bill pay. Just a tap away on the Geico app.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Yep, everybody knows that.
Well, did you know that some owls aren't that wise?
Don't forget I'm having brunch with Megan tomorrow.
Who?
Seriously, you've met her like 3 times.
Who? Geico.
Let's keep the party polite. Never get out of my sight. Stick with me, baby. I'm the guy that you came in with. Luck be a lady.
Introducing Ciroc Amaretto flavor. Welcome to the family.
Tonight.
The most highly trained search and rescue dogs in the nation need your support.
Hey, there's somebody down here.
Please, be part of the search.
Welcome to Center Stage. Today's guest is a headlining actor, comedian, singer, superstar chef, the legendary. I don't know what to say, I'm speechless. The incomparable.
Listen, I have to tell you this story.
America's greatest.
I wish I was that cool.
You are a rock star.
I needed to know that.
Are you kidding me? I have goosebumps.
GMC presents Center Stage with Michael Kay.
That is the best show.
Only on Yes.
Well, Masahiro Tanaka has been dominating every respect. There is a strikeout out of Abe, not last inning, but in the 6th inning, and moving right along to inning number 8. He'll take some refreshment and no doubt be out on the hill again. Kasahara in to pitch for the Giants. He's had a nice little run of luck lately. Kasahara has. Number 63. His 17th appearance, 2 wins, 1 loss, 20 innings pitched. He's given up 16 hits, 25 strikeouts, 7 earned runs with a compiled ERA of 3.45. So the 4th pitcher the Giants have used, trying to stem the tide of this Eagles team that has a commanding 5-0 lead behind, once again, Masahiro Tanaka, who is just in your picture. Andrew Jones to lead things out first for the Eagles here. He got a double and literally started this thing off for the Giants, or for the Eagles, and Abe takes one off the face mask. Andrew says, "Are you okay?" And says, "Yeah, daijoubu." But not really. I don't care who you are. That's having a ball come at you and hit you in the face, even with a mask on, 100 miles an hour. Very least is going to wake you up. 0-1. Swung on and missed. 144 on the heat. Around 90 miles an hour. Ball outside, 1-2. Writer from an American publication, Baseball Weekly, Mr. Grisby, or Baseball Nation. Mr. Grigsby predicts that Mr. Tanaka will be in Major League Baseball. He will be a pitcher there at some point in his career. I can believe it. Breaking ball, strike 3. Once again, Jones goes down looking. Having a hard time with the breaking ball here in this league, and he sees a lot of them. So 1 out, top of the 8th, and that'll bring up McGehee. Just adding up the strikeouts. That's the 3rd punch out today of Jones. Yesterday, he struck out twice. Has the 1 hit. He's 1 for 4 today. Was 0 for 4 yesterday. So 8 at bats, 1 hit, 5 strikeouts. So league makes adjustments to you, and it is up to you as a hitter to make the adjustments to those adjustments, and so on and so on. And never the twain shall meet. So now it is Andrew's turn to come up with some sort of answer. McGehee, high cheese. About to talk about the Central League pitching leaders. Kenta Maeda, the Carp, leads the league in ERA, 5-3 mark. Remember, playing for a team that doesn't score a whole lot of runs. That's the fallacy of looking alone at a pitcher's won-loss record, of course. If you happen to be playing for a team that doesn't score many runs and you're on the losing end of a lot of 2-1, 3-2, 1-0 games, it can make your record unsightly, but your ERA can be very good. Maeda, a case in point, although he does have 5 wins this year. Ball 4, so McGehee gets the walk. Other pitchers in the league not so lucky. Take, for instance, Daiki Inokita of the Tigers. Now, he's got a 2.42 ERA, good enough for 3rd in the league, but his record is 2-5. Ditto Brian Bullington of the Carp, 2-5 with a 2.52 ERA. So Nakashima, who was pinch hit for, or pinch run for, Moriyama, the lefty. Hitting .298. He only has 47 official at bats. Fans eerily quiet here at the Tokyo Dome. Not a whole lot to cheer for. All you can hear right now are the fans in the left field stands, and they, of course, are all Eagles fans. That's traditionally where opposing fans go. You're watching the Yomiuri Giants on One World Sports. Watch us also on Optimum TV from Cablevision, and watch us on the Dish Network and on World Sports on Mediacom. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, keep in touch with One World Sports and Global Sports as it happens. And we got a lot happening. After this game, we will not be back with you until June 21st. That 3-game set with the Chinichi Dragons, the 21st, 2nd, and 23rd. And then we will take another fairly long hiatus. Get into the busy month of July and the super busy month of August. There's a strike. Moriyama doesn't agree with that. Sahara has looked good the last 3 or 4 times we have seen him. There's a grounder right back to the mound. Could be 2. Sakamoto back over to Lopez. Not in time. Moriyama with the speed beats it out by a step. So 2 out. Moriyama aboard on the fielder's choice. Score that 6-4. McGeehee is erased, and that'll bring up Shima. He's 1 for 2 in a walk. He scored a run. Some other scores around the league. The Nippon Ham Fighters jumping all over the Swallows. They lead 7-1 after 3.5. Yokohama up in their game, still 3-2. Getting ready over there in the Eagles pen. That looks like number 57. Shinjiro Koyama. He's our main setup man. I don't know if he's going to be coming in next inning. I think the pitch total for Tanaka is still within reason. Breaking ball. Going down to second base. Got him on the helmet, but too late. You can see Shinosuke Abe having to release that ball very awkwardly, almost coming sidearm. The pitch was going away from him, so he had to improvise on the run, and not in time to get the speedy runner. There he comes. See coming over the side and to the left side of second base. By that time, Moriyama was already in, so runner on second now as the Eagles try to put some insurance on the board with Shima at bat. Swung on. That ball hit to Murata at third. Long throw to first is in time. Nice play by Murata. And that'll do it. Giants dodge the bullet. They still trail 5-0 here at the Big Egg.
With more than 3 decades of experience on the New York sports scene, 10 years of beat reporter, 10 years in the radio booth, hosted the acclaimed interview series Center Stage, and for the last 12 years, the television voice of the Yankees, Michael Kay brings a new brand of sports talk to Yes, The Michael Kay Show. Weekdays at 3, right here on Yes.
Budget season plus no sleep equals need more coffee. Hashtag MyDunkin.
Nothing gives you a boost like delicious Dunkin' iced coffee. Share your story. Hashtag MyDunkin.
Looking sharp, Len. Who's the lucky lady?
I'm going to the bank to discuss a mortgage.
See, you need a loan, you put on a suit, you go crawling to the bank. This is how I dress to get a mortgage. I just go to LendingTree. I calculate how much home I can afford. I get multiple offers to compare side by side. And the best part is, the banks come crawling to me.
Everything you need to get a better mortgage, clothing optional. LendingTree. When banks compete, you win.
Okay.
Awkward.
This Ram Truck Month, we recognize it takes a modern marvel to make one. Trucks with the best towing, 3.5 tons more than the competition. The best torque. The best payload. The best fuel economy. And back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year awards. Get a great deal during Ram Truck Month. Get a low-mileage lease on Ram 1500 Express Crew Cab for $179 a month for well-qualified current lessees of competitive vehicles.
I smell brown sugar and cinnamon. You baking cookies?
No.
Crumb cake? Babka? Cobbler? Making cinnamon buns?
It's...
Oh, I bet it's the neighbors.
Brown sugar cinnamon lattes and coffees, new from Dunkin'. Enjoy the tasty baked goodness of brown sugar and cinnamon in a cup. America runs on Dunkin'.
Welcome back to Tanaka versus the Yomiuri Giants, presented by ANA.
So I think new pitcher here for the Golden Eagles. They will go with Shinichiro Koyama, number 57. There he is right there with the spectacles. 18th appearance. He's got 9 holds. 16 2/3 innings pitched, 12 hits, 12 strikeouts, 4 earned runs, and an ERA of 2.16. So Koyama in the game now, and doesn't detract from the fine effort by Masahiro Tanaka. He goes 7. Gives up only the 3 hits. So a shutout for him after 7 innings, but I guess you feel with the game safely tucked away that could change, especially if you take out the person that stood in your way from scoring runs. We'll see how this shakes out for the Rakuten Golden Eagles, who certainly have stymied the Giants today. Murata to lead it off. Number 8 hitter in the lineup. Then there'll be a pinch hitter. 131. Looks like a change up there. Waved at and missed. My goodness, Murata's having a hard time at the plate these days. Down and away, down and away. Breaking balls, just tying him in knots, bat after a bat. To make matters worse, sometimes Murata seems to be swinging at things that, or swinging at balls that aren't strikes. Shuichi does. So trying to get him to come up with a little bit more plate discipline. Ogawa on deck, the hero of last Wednesday night. Fastball swung on and missed. So down goes Murata yet again. Second time he struck out in this game. He's 0 for 3. And here comes Ogasawara. He was the hero on Wednesday night with the walk-off home run. 39 years of age. Let's see if they're going to counter here. 5-0 game. Let's see if they're going to mix and match. Now it's going to be a new pitcher or just a defensive replacement out on the field somewhere. Let's have to wait and see. Usually when that manager comes to the top steps or says something to the umpire, it usually means one thing, especially in a situation like this. So Ogasawara will wait. And I think there's going to be a pitching change here at the Tokyo Dome. And Ogasawara will go back to the dugout to talk it over with the stat man to get some information on the prospective new hurler that will be coming into the game any minute. Number 28 will get his warm-up tosses, and we'll be right back after this. Hiroshi Katayama starting off Ogasawara, who's pinch hitting. He was in relief of Koyama. Katayama is his 22nd appearance of the season. 3-1, 25 1/3, 22 hits, 15 strikeouts. ERA 2.13. So mixing and matching, not taking any chances here. Navigating through this 8th inning. Ogasawara, familiar pinch hitter. One of the toughest jobs in baseball, to come off the bench when you haven't been playing and be asked to produce at a moment's notice. But that's the job you sign up for. He's done it particularly well. There's a strike. Katayama, 1.91 meters tall, over 6'3". There's the throw over from second base. Fujita handles it easily. So Ogasawara, not this time. Giants have already used 1, 2, 3 pitchers, so they will be in line for another pitcher in the 9th inning. Fujita's been a busy young man out there. 2 outs. Takioka. As we look at the replay again. Doesn't get cheated on his swing, that's for sure. Still runs well, actually, Ogasawara. That Teriuchi is going to come in to pinch hit for Takioka. No doubt take over at second base duties. There's a strike. New first baseman for Rakuten. Number 33, Genji Alaminai. There's a hit, so Teriuchi a 2-out single. That'll bring up Kamei, who's 1 for 3. He singled and got as far as third base in the first inning. Struck out looking in the third, popped out to center field in the 6th, 1 for 3. The record of the Giants thus far, as you can see, depending on what happens in the game that the Hanshin Tigers play today, and whether the Giants can strike back and get 6 runs and win this game, they could fall out of first place. Shima wants to talk to his young pitcher. Katayama, tall and slender. Down low, breaking ball away. So 2-0 and more action in the bullpen for Rakuten. We'll have to see how that's going to play out, but see number 17, Darryl Rasner out there, the ex-New York Yankee, and amongst other teams. One of their setup men. Ball high. There he is on your left. Number 44, also warming up, another right-hander for Rakuten also, Takashi Saito. To see if that's necessary. Ball 4. Katayama walks his man. So the Giants, with a sliver of hope here in the bottom half of the 8th inning, have 2 runners aboard with Sakamoto coming up. And that, I'm afraid, is going to do it for Mr. Katayama. So yet another move for the Eagles, who will go to the bullpen again. Remember, we saw either Saito or Rasner warming up, so we'll see which one it will be with 2 outs and Hayato Sakamoto due up. So you can see the manager, Mr. Hoshino, not too plussed by the relief pitching that he's got. Remember, he pulled a guy out that was mowing down the Giants, and hasn't gotten adequate return for the investment in his relievers as of yet. In fact, runners at first and second. Saito will come in the game. We'll be right back. Yeah, I've got all that. So Sakamoto with the opportunity here for the Giants to get on the board. They trail 5-0 as the Eagles have to go to the bullpen once again. They opt for Takashi Sato, formerly of the Yokohama Bay Stars. First year here with the Golden Eagles. His 5th appearance. He's got a record of 1-0. 12 2/3 innings pitched, 14 hits, 5 strikeouts, at unsightly 6.39 ERA. He's been called upon to get one batter. First pitch, base hit to left field. Being waved around. Here comes a throw in. Giants score. Sakamoto coming through with the base hit. I don't know the wisdom of going home with that. So Teriyuchi scoring from second base. Watch it again. A breaking ball of some sort. Middle. Here comes the throw. Not a bad throw, but there was really no, or not much of a chance to get him at home. So 5-1. The Giants finally on the scoreboard, and probably Mr. Hoshino wondering why in the world he took out his ace. Pitch count was not that high. So an RBI single. Giants in business here. Runners on first and second. 2 men out, and guess who's up? Abe swings and misses. 141. In fact, this is Ishii batting. Check swing, excuse me swing, and Ishii pinch hitting for Abe. I don't know why one would do that. Oh, there's why. Of course, the ball that rattled the cage of Abe the inning before. They want to make sure that their star catcher is okay, so precautionary for sure. They're taking Abe out of the game, and have to wonder if he might have gotten a little bit of a concussion there had his bell rung. So Ishii pinch hitting for Mr. Abe. They could be brothers. So opportunity here. Check swing. McGeehee will touch third base, and that will do it. So the Giants get a run back, but that's it. And after 8 complete, they're down by 4, 5-1.
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Search Ready Kids at nyc.gov or call 311.
The Yes Network presents the next chapter of the Emmy-winning series, Yankeeography: Moments of Glory.
I knew after the 5th inning that there was a chance to do something here.
The inside stories.
I got to a 3-2 count. He threw me a fastball inside.
And eyewitness accounts.
Once he hit the second home run, I knew he was going to hit another one.
Of the most memorable moments in Yankees history.
As you're running around the bases, I couldn't believe it.
Chevy presents Yankeeography: Moments of Glory. Only on Yes.
Well, Tanaka rolling and rolling along through the first 7 innings, whitewashing the Yomiuri Giants, and wouldn't you know it, you take him out and Giants get a little bit of a break. They score a run, and could have been more, but a lot of work to do. They're going to win this game. They still trail 5-1. The RBI single by Sakamoto, and there is the Giants starter. Seems like ages ago. That's Tetsuya Utsumi. There is Sakamoto right there. Takagi in the game now for the Giants. Kayusuke Takagi, not to be confused with Yasunori Takagi. They both wear different numbers, of course. 20th appearance, 3 wins, no losses, 18 2/3 inning. He's given up only 10 hits, 6 earned runs, 2.89 ERA. Casey McGeehee to start off the inning here in the top half of the 9th. In fact, that's Shumachi. McGeehee was from the last inning. Shumachi hitting 8th. Now, he's got the big hit tonight, Shumachi does. 3-run double. Way back in the 4th inning. It's when the Eagles plated 4 runs. Breaking ball down and away. Takagi features a good cut fastball, change up. One of these tantalizing breaking balls that catch you unawares. Particularly effective against lefties. Excuse me, swing. 2-2. slice foul off to the left. So the Giants will have to wait if they can't pull this game out and see what happens with the Tigers. And not the best of situations for them. You kind of like to go on the road with a lead, or at least a lead in the league. It's been a successful homestand by and large. They swept the Ham Fighters. Grounded. Fujita, or check that, Teriuchi, excuse me, wrong team. Throws him out over to Ogasawara. So 1 up or 1 down. Score that 4-3. That'll bring up the pitcher spot for Rakuten, so that will necessitate them going to the bench for a pinch hitter, which will mean they will have yet another pitcher on the mound in the 9th inning. All well and good for the Giants, just as long as his name isn't Tanaka. So number 53. Get up and take a couple swings. One and one. Genji takes a strike. And the 1-2, Akaminai slices it foul again. Takagi has that late movement working on that fastball. You can see the lefty's having a hard time getting around. They keep hitting the ball off to the left, a dead giveaway, so he's in on him. Through the hole, base hit for Genji. Nice piece of hitting for him. So he's on first base. Back up to the top of the order. That'll bring up Kazu Matsui, who is 1 for 4. He singled in the 7th. He kept Sakamoto busy in the 3rd and the 4th inning, grounding out both times, and popped out to second base in the 1st. Ham Fighters continue to pour it on the Swallows. Grounded. The 0-1 on the way. Matsui right on top of the plate. Inside, gets away, and I think he's been hit. Well, funny, I should just mention it. Matsui right on top of the plate, and he gets clipped. Don't know if it was the knee. Let's watch it again. Here's the delivery. It's like a changeup on the back of the knee. Lower quad, it looks like. So at least it's meaty there. Didn't get a bone, but Matsui sure reacted as if it did. So he will trot or walk down to first base. A hit by pitch. That'll put runners on first and second with 1 away. So that's taking 1 for the team. And that'll bring up Fujita, who's 0 for 4. As we said, the Giants have a couple of interleague series to go, and they're both away. They will be visiting Oryx at the Kyocera Dome. That series starts on June 12th and also June 13th. June 14th is an off day. Then they visit Yafuoko Dome to have a 2-game set with the SoftBank Hawks on the 15th and 16th of June. And the 18th is the culmination of the interleague play. Popped up. See if it stays in play. Murata chasing it over in the press well, and away it goes. So the 18th, the last game of interleague play, and it doesn't involve the Giants, so they'll have the 18th, 19th, and 20th off before they start again at home here at the Tokyo Dome against the Chunichi Dragons, and we'll be all over that. One World Sports. 21st, 22nd, and 23rd of June. John Bowker still in left field. I would suspect because he will get an at-bat next inning. If the Giants ahead, usually they would pull in a defensive replacement for him. Warming up is Darryl Rasner, so he will be coming in to close out the 9th. Interesting guy. He's played for a lot of different major league teams. We'll talk more about that when he comes in the ball game. If he does, Bowker back. Makes the catch. So Fujita hit the ball hard. 2 outs, still runners on first and second, and that'll bring up Hijirasawa, who's 1 for 4. Well, after some dramatic finishes for the Giants the last 3 games, kind of fell flat today, and a lot of that you have to put at the doorstep of Masahiro Tanaka, who was sensational. 7 innings, a shutout ball, only giving up 3 hits. By the way, the new catcher, Kazunari Sanamatsu, you can see how shallow they're playing Hijirasawa. Remember yesterday, he was the one that burned the infield, dumping a single, or actually blooping a double, just out of the reach of Sakamoto and to the left of Bowker. Slap to left field. Bowker. That'll do it. So Takagi holds the Eagles at bay, and after 8.5, Giants have last licks. They trail 5-1.
This special presentation of Tanaka versus the Yomiuri Giants is presented by ANA, Japan's leading 5-star airline with 2 daily flights from JFK to Tokyo.
At ANA, we're building a global network in the sky, designed to provide efficient access to Japan and beyond. We believe you can engineer harmony, and it's all by design.
When it comes to crossovers, no other vehicle compares to the Kia Sorento. It has an available GDI V6 engine, a programmable power liftgate, panoramic sunroof, and so much more. And if that wasn't enough, here's one feature the competition just can't beat. Game, set, match. Right now, get the Sorento starting at $24,995 and see why it's one smart move.
so you can get out of your element, so you can explore a new frontier and a different discipline. Get 2 times the points on travel and dining at restaurants from Chase Sapphire Preferred, so you can be inspired by great food once again. Chase Sapphire Preferred, so you can.
The beautifully practical and practically beautiful Cadillac SRX.
Current non-GM lessees lease this 2014 SRX for around $319 per month. Visit CadillacTristate.com.
The race for the top spot in the Premier League heats up here on Yes. Coming up next, after a disappointing loss to Chelsea, Man City looks to rebound on the road when they head to Norwich City to clash with the Canaries. It all starts next, right here on Yes.
So another new pitcher for the Eagles, Darryl Rasner, his 18th appearance. He's got a record of 1-0. 19 innings pitched. He's given up 11 hits, 24 strikeouts. So getting it done here in the MPB. Only 2 earned runs, a great ERA of .95. Has 5 saves and 3 holds, so they use him, according to the situation, as either a setup man or a closer. Of course, Darryl Rasner with major league experience. He graduated the University of Nevada, Reno, where he played college baseball. Was an All-American there. He began his major league career with the Washington Nationals in 2005, and he was claimed off of waivers by the Yankees at the end of 2005. Got his first major league win September 3rd, 2006, in a game he started for the Yankees against the Minnesota Twins. Now in 2007, disaster sort of struck him. He was struck on the right hand by a ball hit by Endy Chavez. In fact, he was a former teammate from the Nationals. So how do you like that? The guy that's your teammate turns around and hits you with the ball. He fractured his right index finger and didn't pitch in the major leagues again that season. So he wasn't offered a new contract by the Yankees. Became a free agent. That was late December 2007. Signed a minor league deal and was recalled by the Yankees in 2008. Pitched for the Yankees and actually was in their rotation until September. And on November 15th of 2008, the Yankees sold Rasner to the Rocketown Golden Eagles for $1 million, and he signed a 2-year deal. So he's been with them ever since. So that's the story on Mr. Rasner, as he will try and navigate a 3-2 pitch to Lopez here, who no doubt he's faced before at the major league level. So a leadoff walk. That glimmer of hope still shining for the Giants as John Bowker will come up. He's 0 for 3. He's hit the ball hard a couple times, but nothing to show for it. Fastball outside corner, 138. He's not a fireballer, a type of guy that hits the corners. Good changeup. And throw the 2-seamer, which is rare. You see in Japan baseball. Almost everything here is a 4-seam. Gets a hold of it, but skies it to center field. Look out. Center fielder coming over and tracking it down and making the catch. So Ryu Hijirasawa calling off the right fielder. Moriyama. So 1 away. That'll bring up Chono, 0 for 3 today, or 0 for 2. He walked, struck out looking, grounded short to first. Setting up on the outside corner. Missed in the middle a little bit. Chono still a little bit behind it. Rasner had a 9-15 record in Major League with a 5.0 ERA and 93 strikeouts. .143 on that fastball. When he was playing for the Yankees, he could touch 91, 92. He's a tick or two below that nowadays. But does have that good change. Ball hit hard to right field. To the wall, looking up. Off the wall it goes. The right fielder is still down. Moriyama knows it's going to be a foul ball, just a long strike. Oh my goodness. Watch it again. Quite clearly foul. We get the second look, but Chono right there to meet it. Didn't try to do too much, just put the bat in the middle of the zone. Let the bat do the work for him. So 0-2. Just off the outside corner. Rasner thought he had him. 1-2. Dragons, Hawks tied at 3. Two and two. Dragons and the Hawks tied to a 6-6 draw yesterday. Down low. Full count. Nice at bat for Chono. Line drive, left field, base hit. First and second now. Chono, a hit today. 2 hits yesterday, a couple of walks as well, and perhaps he's coming out of it. That'll bring up Murata. Now then, well, they let Murata bat. He has looked overmatched in the last 3 or 4 games. What a time it would be to break out of it. 8 home runs on the season, but look at the batting average. It's tailed off. Ogasawara on deck, and we all know his flair for the dramatic. Giants trying to fight back here in the bottom of the 9th. Down low, nice stop by Shima. Rasner. Ball 2, and this is a problem. You fall behind hitters. At a certain point, you have to come in with the fastball, and Murata is a dead red fastball hitter, and the Giant fans alive for the first time today. Something to shout about. As improbable as it would have seemed 20 minutes ago with Tanaka in control of the game. They've lost the thread with their bullpen. Remember, Rosner with the under 1 ERA. Fouled off. He got the fastball he wanted, but missed it. And that's the way it goes when you're struggling. They say every hitter gets one pitch in an at-bat that he can control, and that might have well been it there for Murata. Let's see if Rasner comes in with the fastball again. Ooh, just off the outside corner. Rasner can't believe it. 3-1. And still not believing it. Backdoor cutter. Looks like it got part of the plate, so fortunate call for Murata. Comes with the fastball, and Murata fouls it off. 3-2. Well, the Giants set up the way they want it. They've got a righty, then a lefty, but won't preclude Mr. Hoshino going to the pen again. No hesitation whatsoever pulling the trigger. Inside, ball 4. He lost him. Bases loaded. Ogasawara, the tying run, due up. So a walk, a pop out, a single, and another walk. Lopez at third, Chono at second. There is the bullpen. Murata at first. I think I saw Duckworth in there. Brandon Duckworth. Here comes Ogasawara. Now, question is, had the lefty down there, and you got a left-handed batter. Actually, I think that was, yeah, that's Jim Hooser, who we saw yesterday out there. Number 53 warming up, not Duckworth. They're going to stay with Rasner. Popped up, center field, back to the wall, warning track. settling under it and makes the catch. The run will score. 5-2. Lopez scores easily from third base. 3-run game. Well, he gave it a ride, didn't he? Ogasawara. Now top of the order, Giants down to their last out. That'll bring up Terryuchi. Let's see if they pinch hit for him. It's going to be Yano. He pinch hit yesterday. Struck out. So Rosner hasn't really fooled anybody. He's been all over the place. Luckily, Ogasawara hitting it to the deepest part of the park and kept it in play. So still the tying run at the plate. There's a strike. Well, regardless of what happens in this game, you got to admire the Giants' fight. They were lulling everybody to sleep while Tanaka was out there, but to have come alive. Off the plate, ball one, and you can see Rosner not being fine enough with his pitching, missing just a little bit off of either side of the plate. This game, 3 hours, 15 minutes old. Chop foul. Here's Tanaka. You say he's into this game? Still in the dugout with his team. Long look in. Swung on, right back up the middle, base hit. 1 run will score, 5-3. Keeping the line going. So Chono scores. Murata stops at second. Watch it again. Oh boy, missed with the changeup. Right back to where it came from, and that's what you do. So runners first and second, 2 in already. The winning run up. Kamei, the lefty, and Rasner, it's his to win or lose. Could it be the Giants have one more miracle left before they go on the road? There's a strike. 141 on the fastball. Inner half of the plate. Rasner still seems to be upset about some of the calls that he has gotten. You better forget him, because he's on the ropes now. Big curveball misses, 1-1. First one of those we've seen him throw this inning. And Mr. Hoshina, got to give it to him, keeping with Rasner. He has been hit hard. Sakamoto on deck. Just off the outside corner, 2-1. Another one Rasner wanted. Swung on, line drive, second base, and that'll do it. Fujita covers it up. Well, valiant try by the Giants, but they come up short. They plate 2 in a wild bottom of the 9th, but Rasner prevails, and the Eagles get out of here with a split. They win the final game 5-3. The Giants won by the same score last night. So the Giants will have to look at the scoreboard to see how the Tigers did today before they board their next transport vehicle to see if they are going to leave town a half game up or a half game behind to a determined team, the Rakuten Eagles, riding the 7th inning of shutout ball by Tanaka, who completely stymied the Giants. It wasn't until the bullpen got involved in the game that the Giants struck back at all, scoring 1 run in the 8th inning off the single by Sakamoto and striking twice again off of Rasner, a couple of walks and a couple of singles. So that will do it from here